नमस्ते दोस्तों, welcome to my YouTube channel called Avadi Manufacturing. So दोस्तों, before we start today's lecture, I would like to request all of you to please subscribe my channel and help me in growing bigger and bigger. Your one subscribe will not only help me in bringing the videos, but it will help my video to reach a wider audience who is in need of such videos, especially in the field of medical device and the in vitro diagnostic. So let's start subclause 7.2, which is customer related processes of ISO 13485-2016. 7.2.1 Determination of requirement related to product. The organization shall determine requirement specified by the customer, including the requirement for delivery and post delivery activities. So दोस्तों 7.2.1 A का क्या मतलब है? इसका मतलब ये है कि सबसे पहले आपको प्रोडक्ट रियलाइजेशन के फेज में आपको अपने प्रोडक्ट के बारे में पहचाना है, जानना है कि जो आपका जो कस्टमर है, जो टारगेट यूजर है, who like he or she what they exactly require from your product, right? Let's say if your product is RT-PCR HIV, so definitely your customer needs that our product or your product is capable to diagnose and detect HIV 1 and 2 virus respectively for a disease corresponding to that. So आपको सबसे पहले कस्टमर की रिक्वायरमेंट को समझना है. तो आपको अगर समझना है तो आपको क्या करना है, आपको एक प्रकार का माध्यम बनाना है, राइट? यू नीड टू मेक अ प्रोसीजर विच विल हेल्प इन ब्रिंगिंग द कस्टमर इंफॉर्मेशन टू योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो सबसे सिंपल मैं एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. आपको कस्टमर फीडबैक और कस्टमर क्वेश्चनर आप बना सकते हैं. द मोमेंट टू मेक द क्वेश्चनर, देन यू कैन सेंड दिस क्वेश्चनर अक्रॉस द वेरियस कस्टमर बेस्ड ऑन द जियोग्राफिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, एंड देन यू कैन आस्क योर आंसर corresponding to the query which is listed in the form. This is one of the method. आपको फंक्शनैलिटी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आपको रिक्वायरमेंट को नहीं समझना है, आपको ये भी समझना है कि जो मेरा जो कस्टमर है, हाउ दे वांट्स द डिलीवरी, हाउ दे वांट आवर प्रोडक्ट टू गेट डिलीवर इनटू देयर हैंड, एंड द मोमेंट इट्स बीन डिलीवर्ड इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द कस्टमर, उसके बाद वी आल्सो नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द पोस्ट डिलीवरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, if I speaks about the RT-PCR instrument or let's say the amplification instrument, तो मेरा एम्पलीफिकेशन जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, इट नीड्स टू एम्पलीफाई अ DNA और द RNA, फॉर एग्जांपल RT-PCR, ऑल दोस थिंग्स. तो कस्टमर्स का तो ये रिक्वायरमेंट है, इट इज़ अ टारगेट बेस्ड ऑन द फंक्शनैलिटी ऑफ द मशीन. जब मैं डिलीवरी कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे मशीन को कैसे डिलीवर करना है, व्हाट इज़ द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ डिलीवरी. लेट्स से इट शुड बी वाया एयर मोड, वाया रोडवेज, लाइक, or what is in terms of IQ, PQ, all those stuffs, right? So this is a delivery mode, the training schedules and all. Post delivery means if any breakdown occur in that machine, how customer is going to get services from the manufacturer in terms of the maintenance activity, in terms of the calibration activities, and so on. So I hope this is clear. Like 7.2.1 A means the organization, like I being a CEO of my organization, I need to understand the three steps: functionality of the product, the delivery requirement for that product, and post installation or the post delivery, what activity or what help I'm going to give into the customers in case of any requirements, in case of any complaint, troubleshooting, or any kind of help, right? So I hope this is clear. 7.2.1 B. The organization shall determine requirement not stated by customer but necessary for specified or intended use as known. तो दोस्तों क्या होता है, आपको तो पता है कि अगर लेट्स से अगर आई एम द यूजर, आई एम द कस्टमर एंड आई डू हैव सर्टेन रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ प्रोडक्ट, बट क्या होता है जब आप क्वेश्चन आंसर जब भेजते हैं, जब आप फीडबैक क्वेश्चन भेजते हैं, राइट, यू लिस्ट ऑल द पॉसिबल क्वेरी विच इज बेस्ड ऑन द प्रोडक्ट, राइट. पर क्या होता है, कुछ ऐसी नीड्स होती है जो हिडन होती है, लाइक लेटेंट नीड्स. वो नीड्स कस्टमर खुल के नहीं आता है, लाइक दे कांट एक्सप्रेस ओपनली. फॉर दैट यू नीड टू go and fill the customer requirement one on one. सो कस्टमर रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं बताया, बट आपको उसको कैप्चर करना, लेट्स से फ्रॉम सेफ्टी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, राइट? तो जैसे आर्टिफिशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट, फ्रॉम सेफ्टी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू व्हाट द थिंग्स विल बी like you are going to provide a labeling information free from electrical shock, or the way of handling, that user handling, all those things, right? So this is meaning of 7.2.1b, for example. 7.2.1c, the organization shall determine the applicable regulatory requirement related to the product. So for example, let's say दोस्तों, ऑब्वियसली बात है, अगर मैं कोई प्रोडक्ट को मार्केट में प्लेस करने वाला हूँ, इट डजंट मीन्स कि मैं इंडियन मार्केट में ही प्लेस करूँगा. मे बी माई टारगेट मार्केट वुड बी यूरोपियन, USA, थाईलैंड, ब्राज़ील, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, एनीथिंग. सो लाइक based on the national regulatory requirements, NRA, okay, or the local regulatory requirements, I need to comply requirement in which country I am going to launch, right? If I am going to launch into the Indian market, I need to comply with Indian CDSCO MDR 2017. If US 21CA for a part, then if European, then MDR 2017, and all those things, right? 7.2.1T, any user training needed to ensure specified performance and safe use of medical, as I told you, like my friends in B. 7.2.1E, any additional requirement determined by the organization. So I hope this is very clear. Like दोस्तों, सबसे पहले आपको अपने प्रोडक्ट के रिक्वायरमेंट को समझना है with respect to customer situation or scenario, right? Now let's move to 7.2.2. Review of requirements related to a product. The moment you understand the requirement of a product, so now the times comes when you start reviewing the requirement, the answer received so far. The organization shall review the requirement related to the product. The review shall be conducted prior to organization commitment to supply product to the customer. Example, submission of tenders, acceptance of contracts or the orders, acceptance of changes to the contract or order, and shall ensure that A, B, C, D, E are followed. तो सबसे पहले आपको रिव्यू प्रोसेस में क्या करना है, आपके जो प्रोडक्ट के रिक्वायरमेंट वो डिफाइंड और डॉक्यूमेंटेड होना चाहिए in document, or there should be some kind of procedure or the mechanism. Then you also need to ensure that the contract or order requirement differing from those previously expressed are resolved. Applicable regulatory requirements are met. Any user training identified in accordance with 7.2.1 is available or planned to be available. The organization has the ability to meet the defined requirements. So दोस्तों, आपको इन 5 पॉइंट्स को ध्यान में रखते हुए आपको अपने प्रोडक्ट के रिक्वायरमेंट को रिव्यू करना है इन द प्रॉपर वे. Then once you do the review, the outcome of the review, which is a result, and shall be reviewed properly, and action should be taken arising from the review, and the action should also be maintained and documented. When the customer provides no document statement of requirement, the customer requirement shall be confirmed by the organization before the acceptance. As I told you earlier, my friends, that there are few needs which customer can't tell or won't be able to express based on the circulated questionnaire, right? When product requirements are changed, the organization shall ensure that the relevant documents are amended and the relevant personnel are made aware of the changed requirements. So let's say I was delivering the RT-PCR HIV based on my 96 reactions. Now customer demands the requirement for the 180 reactions or 200 reactions or 250 or 300, whatever. So based on the customer demand, I need to convey that information within my team across the cross-functional department that hey guys, now customer is demanding like more reaction. So definitely the volume would change, the vial size will get changed, and all those things will get changed, which needs to be properly documented before I place that product, like for that 200 reaction into the market. So I hope this is clear, my friends. Very easy to understand, right? Subclause 7.2.3 communication. दोस्तों आपको तो पता है communication is very important, right? It could be an internal communication, it could be an external communication. When I say internal communication, means the communication across the departments, between the departments, inter-department, intra-department. When I say external communication, means the communication moving or flowing from manufacturer to the vendors, or from vendors to the organization, the manufacturer, from the manufacturer to the customers and all those things, right? See, the organization shall plan and document the arrangement for communicating with the customers in relation to. So the communication mainly happens or surrounds on the around these 4 points. The communication happens mainly due to the product information which I want to convey, right? Which could be, let's say, IFU. The organization shall also document the arrangement for communicating related to the inquiries, the contracts or order handling, including amendments, right? Like providing the helpline numbers, providing the mail address, or there should be a customer support team or a technical team to handle those things. Then how to handle the customer feedback, how to communicate based on the response received by a customer, including complaints and all. How to circulate the advisory notice. Are you going to circulate the advisory notice via mail, via memo, or whatever? Like there should be proper procedures. The organization shall communicate with the regulatory authority in accordance with the applicable regulatory requirements. So दोस्तों आपको तो पता है like based on the severity of your product, like major non-compliance, minor non-compliance, all those things. Like you must be doing the PMS. So based on the PMS requirement, as per the local regulatory, you need to handle that stuffs. So I hope you must have enjoyed my today's lecture. Please do like my video, comment on my video, subscribe my channel, and please don't forget to share in your network. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.